Over and over, over and over again. Touch me over and over, over and over again. Oh, over and over, over and over again. You touch me over and over again. Over and over, over and over, over and over again. Over and over again. Oh, you've been so good. Over and over again. Here I come once again, knowing that I haven't. Hey, Bree, how you doing, sis? Thank you. Happy Saturday to you. Oh, I was thinking about you last week. I was like, we gotta do a part two. We gotta do a part two. but I'll get with you about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Power Chat. Welcome to the Power Chat. I don't know what's going on with my music. Yes, yes, we most definitely have to do a part two. Okay, for the ones that will watch the replay, I just want to say welcome to the Power Chat. This is a broadcast that I usually do every Saturday. It's good to be back. I've been gone for a few weeks. I had to do City of Hope and started a new job and just a lot going on. And so it's good to be back. And so for the ones that will watch the replay that's not familiar with the Power Chat, I come on once a week every Saturday and I just share various topics, various subjects, whatever God put on my heart to share. Inspiration, wisdom nuggets, encouragement, motivation, whatever it is you need on the journey that you're on. And my hope and my prayer is that you're inspired, that you're empowered, that you're motivated for whatever journey that you may be on. And so it's good to be back. I'm glad to be back, and we will have some more guests coming on at some point. But I'm glad to be back with the Power Chat. And so today, I just want to take a few minutes of your time. I won't be long. I'm talking about encouragement. Hey, cousin Lorenzo, good to see you. Love you. Broken focus. And I just think this is an important topic. This has been stirring in my spirit. God's been dealing with me about broken focus because I didn't realize that I was becoming distracted. I was becoming distracted. And I really feel like I'm self-motivated. I'm a self-starter, but we know everybody can get distracted. Everybody can get distracted. And so you need accountability. Everybody needs accountability here and there. And I know for me, being a self-motivator and a self-starter, I get distracted. And so God was dealing with me like, you're getting distracted. That you're hindering, you're delaying and making progress on some things that you need to be doing. And one of them is a book that I'm trying to write. Should have been done with it, but distractions and all other kind of things. So God been dealing with me about broken focus. And he's been showing me how that we've been sidetracked, that we've been preoccupied by people, places, and things that have no bearing on what we've been called to, that have no bearing on what we've been purposed to do, no bearing on our family, no bearing on our income. He says you all been distracted. Your focus has been broken on things that have no bearing. And I'm going to tell you this is something that I know, that broken focus is a strategy of the enemy. Broken focus is a strategy of the enemy. If he can break your focus, he can steal your destiny. If he can break your focus, he can steal your purpose. If he can break your focus, he can steal your goals and dreams and aspirations. So broken focus is one of the strategies of the enemy. He know he can't stop it. So guess what? He comes to break your focus. It's one of the strategies. Do you know how powerful you are when you're focused? Do you know how dangerous you are in the kingdom? How dangerous you are against the kingdom of darkness when you're focused? Do you know the things that you can manifest and produce when you're focused? You know the things that you can get done and complete when you're focused? The kingdom of darkness don't want you focused. The things that you can accomplish and complete and produce and manifest when you are focused. So it's the number one tactic and strategy of the enemy is to break your focus. He wants to keep you preoccupied and distracted with pettiness, with nonsense, with foolish arguments and debates. And he say, she say. And when he does that, he knows one thing. I've broken their focus. I've broken their focus. I've broken their focus. He can't stop you. The enemy know he can't stop you. He can't block you, but he can break your focus. He can steal destiny away from you by distracting you from pursuing. He can steal destiny. He can steal purpose away by distracting you from pursuing. He can't stop your destiny. He can't stop your purpose. He can't stop what God has called you to. He can't stop what's been purposed over your life, but he can distract you from pursuing. And that's the way he steals it. That's the way he steals it. The truth is, nobody can take it. Nobody can block it. Nobody can stop it. It's what you allow to break your focus. It's what you allow to move you out of position. You got to stay in position and not allow anything and anyone to move you out of your position. Keep plowing, keep building, keep doing what God has called you to. Keep doing what God has purposed for you. Don't be moved out of your position because he's coming to move you out of your position. If they chattering about you, stay in position. If they lying about you, stay in position. If they're assaulting your character, stay in position. If they're turning other people against you, stay in position. If they cut you off and stop dealing with you, stay in position. You can't be moved out of your position. I love that quote that says, whatever people think of me is none of my business. Let me add to it. When other people think of me or what other people say about me, what other people talk about me, it's none of my business. It's none of your concern. It's to move you out of position. Why are you concerned about that? It's a non-factor. It's a non-factor. It has no bearing on purpose. It has no bearing on destiny. It has no bearing on your income. It has no bearing on your finances. It has no bearing on your family and your aspirations. Why am I concerned with? So if they chatter, if they lie, if they say this and say that, you still stay in position. We're not entertaining. You can't entertain it. You can't afford to be moved out of your position because it's a trick of the enemy to keep you distracted so that you can be moved out of your position, so that you can stop being focused and building and preparing and planning what it is that God has called you to. It's a trick of the enemy. You don't need to be chasing lies and rumors. You don't need to be proving a point. You don't need to be explaining yourself and explaining your side of the story. Yeah, you don't need to be writing a dissertation, a paragraph, a statement about why it's not my fault and they are lying on me and what are they saying. You don't need to. We're not chasing rumors. We're not chasing lies. We're not explaining our side of the story. No, we're not proving a point. I'm not trying to convince you why I'm right and they're wrong and that they're lying. No, we're not chasing rumors. We're not putting out fires. We're not running down people to put them in check. No, we're not doing that because we don't have the time or the energy for that. Hey, cousin, we don't have the time or the energy for that. That's the waste of time and energy. We're not doing that. We're not running behind people trying to change their mind. Believe what you want to believe, but I don't have time to be trying to explain something to you. Who are you again? And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being factual. Who are you? Why am I trying to prove my point to you? Why I'm trying to explain to you why I'm right and they're wrong? Why I'm trying to explain my side of the story? It's a non-factor. It has no bearing in what I'm pursuing. It has no bearing on my purpose. It has no bearing on my destiny. Why am I trying to prove myself? No, we're not doing that. We're not explaining ourselves. We're not proving ourselves. We're not running down people to put them in check. We're not trying to give our side of the story. We're not doing that. We're going to stay focused. We're going to be like Nehemiah in the Bible. Nehemiah and his people, when they were building the walls of Jerusalem, they stayed focused. They kept building. They had people talking about them, chattering about them, lying on them, coming up against them. And let me tell you something. Those people kept building. Those people remained focused. They had enemies. Sanballat, Tobiah, Gishmi, and all the cronies was coming up against them, but they couldn't be distracted. They didn't lose focus. They stayed focused on what they were doing. They stayed in purpose. They stayed in position. They were not moved. They didn't allow the distractions to move them out of position. And they had enemies coming up against them. They sent letters to Nehemiah trying to frighten him. He didn't succumb to the fear. He didn't submit to the fear. The Bible says that they ignored them. The gift of ignore. The gift of ignore. Utilize it. The gift of ignore. The word says that Nehemiah and his people ignored them and they continued to build and continue to make progress. And as they was building and making progress and moving in purpose and building that wall, that their enemies became angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier. And I hate to say it, but some people don't want to see anybody succeed. Some people don't want to see you make progress. Some people just have so much envy and jealous or insecurity. They just don't. They get angrier and angrier and angrier as you continue to elevate and elevate and elevate and make progress. But this is my thing for that. There are people that want to see you succeed. There are people that want to see you prosper. There are people that want to see you elevate. There are people who want to see you go to the next level. Focus on them. Be inspired by them. So the word says as they continue to make progress, as they continue to build, that the enemies became angrier and angrier and angrier. You know why? Because they couldn't stop it. That's why I told you. The enemy can't stop your purpose. People can't stop your destiny. That's why people get angry. They can't stop only what you allow to break your focus. They became angrier and angrier because they couldn't stop Nehemiah and his people from building that wall. They opposed them. They ridiculed them. They talked about them. They lied on them. They had ploys and plots and tactics and tricks trying to distract them and trying to take them out of purpose and move them out of position, trying to disrupt the work that they were doing. But the word says that their efforts were fruitful. Their efforts didn't work. Their efforts didn't pay off. Yeah. The labor that they were doing, that labor trying to disrupt and stop and hinder and thwart, it was in vain. It was in vain because they couldn't stop anything. It was in vain. It was in vain. The word says that they couldn't stop them. So every ploy, every plot, every tactic, every scheme that they tried to come up against, those people kept building. They could not be stopped. They stayed focused. At one point, the word says that they had to stand guard and be on. See, at this point, they tried to literally kill them because they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop the dream. They couldn't stop the purpose. They couldn't stop the destiny. They couldn't stop the success. But you know what the word said then? With one hand, they had a weapon, and with the other hand, they kept building. With one hand, they had a weapon, and with the other hand, they kept building. With one hand, your weapon, and my weapon is the word of God. So in one hand, I'm speaking, I'm declaring, I'm confessing. In one hand, you still building, you still moving, you still walking. But in this hand, you confessing, you rebuking, you declaring, you speaking a word. And on the other, you continue to build. You continue to move. They didn't come off the wall. They didn't move out of position. They stayed in purpose. They couldn't break their focus. They refused to entertain. And there are some things we just have to refuse to entertain. How is this? It's a non-factor. It's the enemy keeping you distracted. If he can break your focus, he can steal your destiny. You know what Nehemiah's response was? He went to God in prayer. He went to God. He took that matter to God in prayer and kept building. I said, yeah, I'm with Nehemiah. That's what we doing. We taking the matter to God in prayer, and our weapon is the word, and we build, and we're moving, and we're making progress. He took it to God in prayer and kept building. He didn't argue with them. He didn't debate with them. He wasn't trying to. I love Nehemiah. Nehemiah wasn't arguing with them. He didn't debate them. He wasn't trying to prove his point. He wasn't trying to explain, well, this is why we building the wall, and this is our purpose, and this is why we doing it, and this is why you should leave us alone. He wasn't trying to argue. He wasn't trying to prove a point. He wasn't trying to explain himself. As a matter of fact, the word said he didn't even deal directly with him. He wasn't even trying to have no conversations with them. I'm building. I'm busy. Basically, I'm busy. I'm busy. Whatever you're doing, you can't stop it. Whatever you're doing, you can't hinder it. Only I can do that by giving you my focus, by giving you my attention. And I'm not going to do that. So he never argued. He never debated. He took it to the prayer. He took it to God in prayer. Intensify your prayers. Take that thing to God in prayer. Intensify your prayers. Keep focus and keep building. If you're serious about doing whatever it is that God has called you to, whatever it is that God has called you to, his purpose you to do, then you're going to have to guard your focus. You're going to have to maintain your focus. We will not fulfill purpose. We will not walk into, I don't know about you all, but I want to walk into everything that God has for me. I want to walk into everything. I want to become everything. I want to do everything that God has declared and ordained before the foundation of the world over my life, in my life. And me as a vessel to impact other lives. And so if we're going to do that, we got to maintain our focus. That means we got to be intentional. That means you got to go at your space. That means you got to go at your heart. That means you got to go at your mind, your ears, your eyes. That means you got to go at your life against people, places, and situations and voices. The chatter that's not in alignment with who you are becoming. Take it to God in prayer. If it's preventing you from concentrating, if it's preventing you from concentrating, you got to release it. You got to shift your attention. If it's taking your attention away, you got to release it. You got to shift your attention. Because that thing there, that thing that you take to God in prayer and release it, that thing right there, that thing that's trying to break your focus, that thing that's trying to pull your attention away, that thing that's trying to move you out of position, that thing that's distracting you, let me tell you something, it's a thief. I know that sounds harsh, but that's how you have to look at it. It's a thief. It comes to kill, steal, and destroy. To destroy purpose, family, goals, aspirations, dreams. It is a thief. And that's the way you have to look at it. It is an enemy to you. It is an enemy to your goals. It is an enemy to your prosperity. It is an enemy to your success. It is an enemy to your progress. It is an enemy to your growth and development. It is an enemy. And that's the way you have to look at it. Jesus says the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Who is the thief? Distraction is a thief. We know the enemy is a thief. Distraction is an enemy to you, so it's a thief. It's a thief that comes to kill and steal and destroy what you're focused on, what you're building, what you're trying to create, what you're doing. Yeah, it comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So it's a thief and it's an enemy to you. And I know we don't want to look at people or things they're not. It's just that the enemy uses people to be a distraction. Things, situations, gossip, talk, debates, and arguments, all of those things are distractions. Distractions is a thief. Whatever is distracting you, you have to look at it. You know what? That's a thief. It's a thief. If it's hindering you from getting things done, if it's hindering you from progress, and if it's hindering you from making money, if it's hindering you from building in the kingdom, if it's hindering you from making progress and growth, it is a thief. Call it what it is. It's a thief. And it comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So you have to look at distractions like that. So I'm getting ready to close. I told you I wouldn't be on here long. I just wanted to encourage you about keeping your focus. You got to take it personal. You got to take it personal. You cannot be casual about what and who you give your attention to. You got to take it personal. If it's not bringing peace, if it's not bringing joy, if it's not bringing purpose, it may be pain, but it may be purposeful pain. And if it's not bringing goals and any help to aspirations, dreams, or service to someone, then why are we giving attention to it? You cannot be casual about what you give attention to. Yeah, I'm taking it personal. Yeah, I am. I'm taking it personal. I'm taking it personal, what gets my attention. I'm not going to be casual about who I lend my attention to. Because sometimes we give attention to foolishness. Sometimes we give attention to things that have no bearing on where we're going. They have no bearing on purpose or destiny or our finances and our prosperity or what we're trying to do for God in the kingdom. It has no bearing, but yet I'm over here giving my attention to it. It's a non-factor. It's a non-factor. Why am I giving attention to it? It's a non-factor. And then at the end, we see other people progressing and they moving in destiny and they moving in purpose and they making it happen and they progressing. And, sometimes we get a little jealous, but them people focus. Them people, they focus. So if anything, I'm not going to be jealous. You inspire me, sis. You inspire me, brother. I'm inspired by your focus. I'm inspired by your persistence. I'm inspired by your tenacity. I'm inspired by it. Because that just tells me, you know what, if you focus, you can get it done. Yeah, you become dangerous. There's power in focus. You have an enemy that wants to destroy your divine destiny. You have an enemy that wants to destroy your divine purpose. You have an enemy that wants to destroy your family. You have an enemy that wants to destroy your progress and growth. You have an enemy that wants to destroy anything of God that's in your life. The enemy wants to destroy it. So that's why you have to take it personal, what you're giving attention to. You can't be casual about that. He's not coming to play with you. He's not coming to play. He's coming to kill, steal, and destroy everything that you're doing that's going to bring light into the world, that's going to bring growth to somebody, that's going to help somebody, that's going to service somebody, that's going to change and impact somebody's life. He's not coming to play. He's coming to kill, steal, and destroy. And one of the ways he can stop you from bringing light in this world, to stop you from bringing truth in this world, is to break your focus. He'll shut it down by breaking your focus. We all get distracted at times. I must just say that. Just don't stay there. Get you somebody that's accountability partner, somebody you can be accountable to, and get it done. And don't be upset when they go checking on you and say, how is it going? Oh, here they go. No, they holding you accountable. Be accountable. But at the end, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be inspired. It's gonna uplift you because you're getting things done. You see some progress. We all want to see progress. So I'm gonna leave, and this is something that I know most people, I really believe this, that most people do not fulfill their purpose. They don't do the things that they plan and aspire to do. They don't really feel fulfill their dreams because of broken focus. I really do believe that most people do not elevate. They don't go where their heart desires. They don't go to the places that they envision. They don't become everything that God has called them to be into. It's because of broken focus. It's a strategy of the enemy. If you don't remember nothing else from this broadcast, you remember this. The enemy will not take my focus because you coming to kill and to steal and destroy the vision for my family, the vision for my life. You're coming to kill, steal, and destroy my dream. You're coming to kill, steal, and destroy my destiny, my purpose, my connections, my income, my finances. No, I cannot play with distractions. You cannot play with distractions. And that's just the way you have to look at it. Broken focus will steal your destiny. And sometimes we blame people. Well, it's because of them and they did this and this or that. We blame people. No. People didn't stop you. They just distracted you. People didn't stop you. They just distracted you and you misplaced your focus. And that killed. That stopped. That blocked it. So at the end of the day, we are the ones that really stop it. We are the ones that really block it. Nobody's blocked my purpose. Nobody's blocked my progress. Nobody's blocked and stopped my growth. They won't let me in. They putting rumors out about me, or they turning people against me, and they don't want me to elevate. They don't. You need to be worried about the one that can make it happen. They don't. They ain't created a heaven, a hell, a destiny, a purpose for nobody. What you mean they won't? If he says it's not gonna happen, then you may need to be worried. But baby, can't nobody stop destiny. Focus. And remember this before I go, whatever you focus on magnifies. Whatever you focus on expands. So if you're focused on what you're planning to do, you're focused on dreams and purpose, you're focused on, increasing your finances, you're focused on building that business, that ministry, your personal growth. If you're focused on it, that's what magnifies, and it expands in your world. It magnifies in your world because you're focused on, your mind is focused on it. As a man thinketh in his mind, as a man thinketh in his heart, his mind, so is he. So whatever you focus on magnifies. It becomes so big, it becomes a part of your world. It becomes your world. But if you focus on the negativity, if you focus on the naysayers, if you focus on the chatter, the lies, you chasing lies and chasing rumors, proving your point, go setting the record straight. I got to give my side of the story. Well, that's what magnifies in your life when you focus on that. That magnifies in your life because you focused on it. Whatever you focus on expands. And when when it expands in your mind, it expands in your life. As a man thinketh in his heart, his mind, so is he. So just remember that. Whatever you give focus to is what magnifies in your life. It magnifies in your world. Don't let the enemy trick you out of position. Don't let the enemy trick you out of destiny. Don't let the enemy trick you out of purpose. Don't let the enemy trick you out of your next level by sending them distractions your way, because he's sending them your way. And it's up to you to discern the distraction. And so, you know what? This is an enemy. You come to kill, steal, and destroy. Not over here, you're not. I love you. Let me say a prayer for you. I hope this word blessed you. If it did, share it with somebody, because we got to get focused. We got to get focused. Get out of these debates and arguments, all these things that have no bearing on what you're trying to do, no bearing on your income, finances, family, business, ministry, career. Why am I sitting here arguing with you? Who are you again? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Lord, I thank you for this power chat on today. I thank you for your word that you given me about keeping our focus, Father. I just pray that every soul that's watching this broadcast and the ones that watch the replay, that Father, that you help them and that you enlighten them and show them and help them with their discernment of the things that come to distract them from what you've called them to, the things that come to distract them from peace and joy and family and dreams and goals. Father God, I ask that you help them to remain focused, to remain focused on what truly matters, what's truly significant, what truly has bearing on their life and their family. God, I just declare right now that we are people with focus. We are people that are laser focused. We are people that's about completion. We are people that's about elevation. We're people about that's purpose driven and getting it done and becoming what you called us to become and doing what you have called us to do. Father, I just declare we are those people. And anytime we get off track, Father, make it clear to us, Father. Let us see, Father, when we're getting off track. Father God, we will not allow distractions to kill and steal and destroy everything that you have called us to. We will not allow it. And so I thank you right now for every soul on here that they will do everything that you called them to do. They will do everything that they've dreamed to do, the goals and plans that they've written down, and they will not be moved out of their position. They will not let the enemy move them out of their position. They will keep building. I don't care how rough it gets. They will keep moving. I don't care how tough it gets. They will keep going and they will keep progressing, and you will continue to elevate them from level to level, from glory to glory, from faith to faith. And we thank you right now. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May his peace and favor be upon your life. I love you and God bless you. See you next week.